A very short story, 1924, by Ernest Hemingway, featured in the collection In Our Time, tells the tale of an American soldier wounded in Europe during World War I who falls deeply in love with a nurse named Luz. Inspired by Hemingway's personal experience with Agnes von Kurowski, an American Red Cross nurse whom he developed romantic feelings for while receiving medical care in Milan, Italy. Kurowski also served as a muse for female characters in Hemingway's works such as The Snows of Kilimanjaro and A Farewell to Arms. Set in the scorching heat of Padua, a city in northern Italy, amidst the turmoil of World War I, the story opens on a sultry evening. Carried to the hospital's rooftop on a stretcher by attendants, the protagonist is accompanied by Luz, a nurse. Together, they watch as smoke spirals into the sky from distant chimneys while indulging in drinks. As the others depart, only Luz and the protagonist remain on the rooftop. Seated beside him on the stretcher, their intimacy hints at a shared sexual encounter. The story describes Luz as a refreshing presence in the sweltering night. Over the following 3 months, Luz volunteers for night shifts, allowing the protagonist to spend more private moments with her. The protagonist fondly reminisces about the day of his medical procedure when Luz diligently assisted the surgeons. In the haze of anesthesia, he worries about inadvertently revealing their relationship due to the drug-induced delirium. As he recovers and gains mobility with crutches, he takes on some of Luz's simpler duties, such as checking patients' temperatures during the late hours, enabling her to remain in his bed. Eventually, all the other patients become aware of their bond, yet none object to their connection. As the protagonist's injuries heal sufficiently, he reaches the point of returning to the front lines. He and Luz venture to the local cathedral, seeking solace and wishing for a marriage between them. Sadly, local customs demand the announcement of impending marriages on 3 consecutive Sundays, known as bans, and time does not permit this before the protagonist's departure from Padua. Though they feel as if they are already wedded, the story conveys their desire for official recognition, a declaration that would solidify their bond and prevent its loss. Between the protagonist's departure from Padua and the conclusion of the war, Luz diligently writes him letters, numbering at least 15. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, he only receives them after the armistice. Sorting the letters chronologically, he discovers the depth of Luz's longing and how unbearable life is without him. They eventually reunite, but Luz insists on not accompanying the protagonist back to America until he secures a stable job. Their disagreement sparks quarrels, and as he bids her farewell at the Milan train station, their conflict lingers, leaving the protagonist feeling nauseous. Following his departure for Chicago, Luz travels to Pordenone to contribute to the opening of a hospital. In Pordenone, she encounters the Arditi, a special forces unit of the Royal Italian Army. Amidst a muddy, rainy, and desolate winter, Luz engages in a romantic affair with the major of the Arditi battalion. In a letter to the protagonist, she confesses that she had never experienced the love of an Italian before and that their relationship at the hospital was merely youthful infatuation. In her final letter, Luz declares her eternal love for the protagonist, but announces her definitive plans to marry the major in the spring. Heartbreakingly, the protagonist chooses not to respond to her last letter. Meanwhile, the reader learns that the major never marries Luz in the spring or at any other time. The story concludes with a characteristically concise sentence, emphasizing the chilling coldness that settles upon the protagonist as his relationship with Luz reaches its conclusion. The story concludes with a blunt and straightforward sentence. Soon after, the protagonist contracted gonorrhea from a salesgirl in a Loop department store while riding in a taxicab through Lincoln Park. Hemingway's A Very Short Story showcases his paradoxical talent for capturing the profound emotional repercussions with raw and unadorned language. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.